Hello everyone and welcome to the Hell in a Cell review. This Hell in a Cell pay-per-view wasn't too terrible of a show. Overall there was some good matches, but there was just a lot of things that just didn't make a whole lot of sense. So there were things that didn't make sense, but overall I thought the show was overall pretty good. Natalia would defeat Mandy Rose on the pre-show. I mean, how can Mandy and Dana be valuable contenders for the titles now that they're losing to the champions? But then again, this they are like literally the only tag team on the roster, so you know they're gonna get a title shot anyway. Dana and Mandy are probably gonna end up becoming heels because they're like the only team on there, so don't be surprised if they turn heel. Bianca Belair faced off against Bayley inside Hell in a Cell. A very, very good Hell in a Cell match. This was a very good one. Out of all the women Hell in a Cell matches, all of them have featured the Four Horsewomen, but every single one of them featured Sasha Banks. But this was the first one that didn't feature Sasha Banks. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Bianca and Bayley were very innovative, and they were very innovative. They had some pretty cool ideas, and overall it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun what these two were able to bring to the table. Bianca Belair would win when she delivers the KOD on a ladder. That was a nasty, nasty spot taken by Bayley. Props to Bayley for having the balls for taking that. Not a lot of people are willing to take a spot like that, but good on Bayley for taking that spot. If I was to rank all of the women's Hell in a Cell matches, I'd definitely say Sasha and Becky is easily the best women's Hell in a Cell match. Then I'd actually put Sasha and Bayley second, and I'd put Charlotte and Sasha third. If the Charlotte and Sasha Hell in a Cell is still a very memorable and good match, but I think the main thing that holds that match down was the whole thing when they tried to do the whole Mankind spot where they had Charlotte. She didn't throw Sasha off the top of the cell like Mankind, but it was still very similar when they had Charlotte powerbomb her halfway off the Hell in a Cell. So, I mean, if they really didn't try to copy and paste the whole Mankind situation, I think it still would have lived up to the hype as the first Hell in a Cell. I'd put that third, and I'd put this one here as the fourth one. Not saying it's the worst Hell in a Cell match, but that's just how I would rank them in my opinion. Seth Rollins and Cesaro had a really fun matchup. Seth Rollins would end up winning. I had a feeling Seth was going to win this one because I just felt like he was going to win at some point. So we're going to have a third match between the two of them at Money in the Bank. And then we had Alexa Bliss take on Shayna Baszler, the literal worst match on the card. And no, it is not because of Shayna Baszler. Whenever I say something is bad, it's not because of a certain person or not because of one specific person. If I say it's bad, I mean it's overall bad with every single person involved. When I say something is bad, I mean it's bad for everybody involved. And literally every single person involved made it bad. Normally, people like to target one specific person when they say something is shit. No, when I say something is shit, I literally say it about every single person that is involved in the match that made it shit. Every person involved in the match made it shit. Why is Alexa Bliss a babyface, for starters? Can someone please help me understand why Alexa Bliss is now all of a sudden the babyface here? She was the one that literally betrayed Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. But no, apparently we're supposed to be cheering her? We're supposed to be cheering the one that turned on Bray? She's basically ruined what Bray Wyatt created. And I'm sorry. Alexa Bliss has ruined what Bray Wyatt has created. She's taken Bray Wyatt's character and she's literally taken a shit on the character. She's literally taken a dump on the character and has made it just terrible. When Bray Wyatt did the whole Fiend stuff, it was his thing. It was his character. And this is why I felt like he didn't need somebody. This is why I personally feel he didn't need anybody. Because if you give him somebody, then you know then eventually that person is going to eventually adopt that character. Look at Alexa Bliss. She has literally destroyed this character. She's literally ruined everything that made The Fiend special with that character. The Fiend was special with this character, and it took one blonde-headed bimbo to just completely destroy it. And I know all the Alexa Bliss fangirls and fanboys will disagree with me, but I don't give a shit if you disagree with me. It is my opinion, and I'm allowed to say whatever the hell I want to say. If you disagree with me about it, go ahead and cry about it somewhere else. Alexa Bliss has ruined this character, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this character. You guys know my feelings about this character. I hate this character. This character is so stupid and lame. The goddess is needed back more than ever before. It's gotten to the point where I just do not even want to see Alexa anymore. It's just gotten to the point, let me tell you guys this. Let me tell you guys this. I bet every single person that loves this Alexa Bliss character are just your typical Alexa Bliss fans. They're just your typical Alexa Bliss fans that'll literally enjoy everything that she does. And they will defend her to the end of the earth. Those are the people that'll enjoy the Alexa Bliss, this character that Alexa Bliss is portraying. In my opinion, the real Alexa Bliss fans should be criticizing this. In my opinion, if you're a real Alexa Bliss fan, you should be criticizing this character. You should realize that being all supernatural and magical with the crazy powers, it just doesn't fit Alexa. It doesn't fit her. In my opinion, if you're a real fan of this woman, you would know how ridiculously trash this character is. In my opinion, the people that defend her are just your typical Alexa Bliss fans that'll defend her no matter what. Oh, she's overhated! People hate Alexa Bliss. Oh, she's overhated! She's the most overhated woman on the roster because people hate her character. No, we don't hate her. We just want what made Alexa back! The goddess made Alexa Bliss. The stuff she did from 2016 to 2018 is what made Alexa Bliss great. This character sucks. It didn't make Alexa. This character didn't make Alexa. The shit she did from 2016 to 2018 made her. I'm sick and tired of repeating myself over and over again. And if it doesn't get through your head, then if it doesn't get through your thick skull yet, then I'm done explaining it. Alexa Bliss beat Shayna. Yeah, who the hell cares, right? Even I knew this was going to happen. Alexa making Nia Jax smack Reginald. Yeah, who the hell cares, right? Let me guess, is Alexa Bliss going to mind control Nia Jax now? Is that what's going to happen next? Or she's going to mind control Nia Jax? Give me a break. I'm sick of this. Keep this woman and this character far away from Rhea Ripley. And Charlotte Flair too. Keep it far away from those two. The literal worst match on this card. This match should have been saved for Monday Night Raw. This match didn't need to happen in Hell in a Cell. Yeah, let's just bury Shayna Baszler even further. Right? I guess we should just bury Shayna Baszler even further, right? Not that I care. Not that I care for Shayna Baszler, but this was literally a burial. She literally had... This was literally a burial. And I know Alexa Bliss fan, and I know people won't like me saying that. Shayna Baszler's a bum, yes, but this is a literal burial. And you're not changing my mind. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had a great match. Sami Zayn would get the victory. Sami needed it. Sami needed a victory here. He's been losing quite a lot lately, so he really needed a victory here. And and Sami Zayn as a heel, he's just been so good as a heel. I don't know how anybody can hate him as a heel. In my opinion, the people that hate Sami Zayn as a heel are just people that just will not accept him as a heel. Sami Zayn is just such a great heel. He's just phenomenal in this role. People do not know what goes on backstage. People don't know that Sami Zayn probably enjoys his work as a heel. People just want, just want the old Sami Zayn back. He will turn face when he's ready to. But Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had a great match. Sami ends up with the victory. Oh boy! Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. Oh boy. This is another match I really am not understanding at all here. What is Rhea Ripley anymore? Is Rhea Ripley a face or is she a heel? I swear to God, I know she turned heel on Asuka before WrestleMania. She turned heel on Asuka before WrestleMania, and then Charlotte Flair comes back, and now all of a sudden she's working as a heel. And now and then Charlotte starts working as a heel, which in turn that now makes Rhea Ripley babyface. Why? Why couldn't you have just brought Charlotte back as a face? You could have just literally brought Charlotte back as a face. But the only reason why they brought her back as a heel is because she missed WrestleMania. They wanted her to be Little Miss Disgruntled. Oh, I was supposed to challenge Asuka at WrestleMania, not Rhea Ripley. Grr! But still, Rhea was a heel. That still should have motivated Charlotte to be a babyface. This company literally just doesn't make sense of anything they do. They just make shit up as they go. They just make shit up as they go. They will be like, oh yeah, Rhea's a heel. No, let's turn her babyface. Let's make Charlotte the heel. Let's make Charlotte the heel. Charlotte is terrible as a heel. And you know how much I love Charlotte. You guys know I'm a big Charlotte fan, and I will defend her to my final breath. And I'll defend her to my final breath. But there is no way you can tell me that Rhea can go from being a heel to babyface in a span of a month. Or even a span of a week, just because a disgruntled Charlotte comes back and now all of a sudden she's a heel. And this whole shit with Nikki Cross being involved, like there was no, like what was the whole point of Nikki Cross being involved if she wasn't even going to be in the match? Not that I didn't want her in the match in the first place. Not that I wanted her in the match in the first place, but what was the whole point of the Nikki shit? What was the whole point of Nikki Cross, getting all these victories over Flair and Ripley if they were not going to do anything about it? And I'm going to tell you guys this. Many may not agree with me. This wasn't a bad match. This was a good match. I don't mind Charlotte and Rhea having matches because their matches are pretty good, especially their one they had at WrestleMania. But the main problem is the ending. The ending was the main problem here. The main problem was the ending. Those table covers, the announced table covers, they have never ever in my time of watching WWE has never been a resource of a way for a disqualification. Randy Orton does a move on the outside where they land on top of the table cover. Randy Orton's been doing that side slam that he does on the announce table since God knows when he started doing it, and never that has ever caused a disqualification. Never. People have thrown it off and smack it on top of other people, and it's never caused a disqualification, but now it does. Apparently now it does. Apparently now Rhea Ripley can just yank the top of the very top of the announce table off and swing it and smash it in Charlotte's face, but now apparently that can cause a disqualification. As I said, WWE is just making shit up as they go. They're just making shit up as they go, all because they wanted to benefit what they're doing here. And once again, protecting Charlotte Flair. Why does Charlotte need protecting? I love Charlotte, but why does she need to be protected for? What are you protecting her from? What are you protecting her from? A clean loss? Why can't she lose clean? Why can't she lose clean for a change? Does this woman need to Does this woman need to lose in screwy fashions every time? Does Charlotte really need to lose in every match possible? The only time she ever loses is by screwy endings. It's always screwy finishes that end up beating her. It's never something clean. When was the last time Charlotte was ever pinned clean with no dirty outside interference? Seriously, I really want to know when was the last time she ever got cleanly pinned with no outside bullshit. Possibly the only time I can remember off the top of my head was probably the Kabuki Warriors in that 2-on-1 match that she had with them. That was probably the only time she ever lost a clean match. That was the last clean match I remember her losing. Other than that, I don't remember the last time she's ever lost clean. Charlotte doesn't need protecting. This woman is established as a star already. She doesn't need any more disqualifications or more screwy finishes to be protecting her. Why can't Rhea Ripley just get her revenge? Why can't she just get her revenge at WrestleMania and call it a freaking day? And you know I love Charlotte Flair, but I'm getting so damn pissed off that WWE doesn't have the balls to have Charlotte just lose a match clean. They just don't have the balls to do it. Vince has no balls. Vince has no balls to have Charlotte lose a match clean with no outside bullshit. He doesn't. He has no balls. He's too scared. He's too scared to do it. He'll have Bayley and Sasha Banks do it for years. Sasha Banks can do it for 5 years straight, but Charlotte Flair just can't do it once. Charlotte can't do it once, but Sasha Banks can do it for 5 straight years. But Charlotte Flair just can't do it once, because Vince McMahon is too goddamn afraid to do it. When was the last time Alexa Bliss ever when was the last time Alexa Bliss ever lost a match clean and elevated somebody? Never. And do you think elevating and before you say, oh, WrestleMania 32, yeah, Naomi needed her moment, but was Naomi really a young star? No. As much as I want to say, yeah, no, I'm like, yeah, as much as I want to say, yeah, okay, Naomi, but she wasn't a young star at the time. Yes, she needed that WrestleMania victory, but I wouldn't really count Naomi. Ronda? You're going to sit there and say, oh, she elevated Ronda. Ronda didn't even need the elevation. And secondly, Ronda Rousey didn't even need the Raw Women's Championship in the first place. And 3, Alexa Bliss shouldn't even won Money in the Bank that year. 3, Nia Jax. Is Nia Jax really someone she can elevate? Was Nia Jax really someone that she needed to elevate? Maybe. Ember Moon? What did that do for Ember's career? Oh, she put over Ember Moon on Raw. Yeah, what did that do for Ember's career? Absolutely jack shit, and she's in NXT. Yeah, I'm sure Alexa Bliss is very proud of putting over her friend. Yeah, that didn't lead her to anything special. Alexa Bliss has put over 0 young talent. But Sasha Banks can do it for 5 years straight, but Vince McMahon can't have Charlotte or Alexa Bliss do it once. Literally no balls. This old man has. And now we're going to get another match at Money in the Bank. And watch Charlotte win it. Watch Charlotte Flair win that match. Watch Charlotte win at Money in the Bank. And then they'll have the Money in the Bank winner come out and cash in on it. Just like 2019. And what's the bet? And what's the bet? Eva Marie is the one that wins it. Good Lord, man. Like I said, the matches were fine, but it's just the decisions that just really irk me. Speaking of bad decisions, speaking of terrible decisions, let's talk about Bobby Trashley versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, the last chance Hell in a Cell match. Bobby Lashley retains the title. Whoop-de-doo, we all knew that. But the problem is that it was by a roll-up. Bullshit roll-up. A bullshit roll-up ends this entire match. For how bullshit long this was, and how I literally did not give a shit about this match. Like, the only 2 matches I didn't give a shit about was this match and Bliss and Shayna. Every other match I was actually excited for. Natty and Mandy was a last-minute match. So, out of all the matches on the main card, Bliss and Baszler and Trashley and McIntyre were the only 2 matches I didn't care about. And this is how you end your main event. That went for 25 minutes. With a bullshit roll-up. And Bobby Lashley is supposed to be the almighty WWE champion, right? He's supposed to be the monster heel, right? This man needs MVP to save his ass. What is he the almighty of? What is he the almighty of then? This man needs MVP to help him. And more importantly, this is a Hell in a Cell. Yes, no disqualifications, anything is allowed. But you're telling me that our great unstoppable champion, our great unstoppable almighty champion, needs MVP to save his ass. Some champion. Give me a break. So yeah, that was your Hell in a Cell review, guys. I hope you guys are satisfied. With this. Good Lord, man. It was a good pay-per-view. As I said, it wasn't too bad of a pay-per-view. It's just the decisions. It was just some of the decisions that just really irked me more than anything. So I hope you guys enjoy this review. And I will see you all next time. And by the way, there won't be a Raw review. I won't even be watching it tomorrow. Be sure to tune in to some of my streams tomorrow, because I'll definitely be streaming tomorrow. See you all next time.